Join us this week on the Yeti Inner Circle as we talk all things Battle on the Barge and all things Utica Yeti as they get ready to take on rival Salt City Eels in a rematch of last year's NABLL Upstate Championship. Battle on the Barge. I mean, the start to the Yeti season, you guys running up to it. How'd you feel going into it?
It was good. It was a nice last year it was in the middle of the season, so having it before our season was a nice way to measure where we're at. Gearing up for the season. Everybody's anticipation, everything's like exciting, and so it was a good way to kind of get the rust off. And we looked all right. So we were just looking for chemistry, see who works well together going into our regular season.
And how about that? So you guys were the first ever NABLL stream to be on television.
Is that right?
Yeah, you were you guys streamed on Lacrosse TV for the Battle on the Barge, and they loved it. They got a ton of views. Coleman diving over the net absolutely blew them away.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's an active duty Marine, right? So, you know, he saw his target and went for it, shortest way, A to B, right? Straight line. So, I always say if you're going to mess up, do it 100 miles an hour. And so you can't be mad at the kid for that.
No, it was definitely interesting. It's got me a ton of views. I can't complain. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that. How about that Riverhawks game? So you guys go into that. The Riverhawks have obviously progressed a lot. You're seeing Will Hardy and so many guys on that team start to become better box lacrosse players. You guys
Yeah.
have a lot of new pieces though, kind of merging together. You must have felt pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we had their numbers, the players that were going to affect the game, impact players, and they still, they were ready. They were ready for us. And, with every new season, it's like moving parts, right? You got to, see how the vehicle runs best by moving things around. And they exposed some of our weaknesses, and so we this past week we worked on some of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have kind of shored up the roster. I've heard a little bit too.
I'm sorry.
I've heard you guys have kind of shored up the roster as far as we got some new
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah. With the season right around the corner, we kind of have to, as far as buying into the program. Um, and and being contributors. So everybody has a gift. We just got to utilize each player and maximize their potential going forward. That's what a coach's job is to do, is to get the best out of their players. So you treat these kids, these men champions, and hopefully going forward it'll bring us a chip.
Absolutely. You guys have said that before that this is a goal. So now let's talk about that Collar City game. Obviously, you guys got off to a terrible start. So when you look at that score, it looks a lot worse than the game was.
Yeah. And that happens a lot. You're playing two games in one day, a little break in between. But yeah, no, it's tough, and like I said, there was a lot of things that we needed to work on. We weren't ragging or riding. We were giving free clears pretty much all day. So that's something that we worked on during practice, and you got to give it to them. They did the basics, and they weren't too fancy. Did everything right, made the right decisions, and they've come a long way too. So I think their goalie, when we shoot outside, he's got our number, but when we're in close, we can finish on that goalie, but we just weren't doing it early enough.
Yeah, no, and Deej, I mean, credit to him. I don't know. I find it super inspiring to see him out there. He's a an older guy, but man, is he very athletic and he plays incredibly smart.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, the goalie, playing the goalie position is the hardest position on the floor. I think until you put on the gear and you're seeing 100-mile-an-hour shots, you don't really know until and then to be that active, inside. Yeah, it's amazing. It's remarkable, and it's a great story. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah, absolutely love it. Now, what was your biggest surprise going into Battle on the Barge? You guys had some new guys. You guys actually, so like that kid didn't didn't make the playing roster, but then ended up playing for the Collar City Kings and ended up scoring two. I mean, that must have kind of stung a little.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely invited him to be a practice player, and there's no guarantees. You can always move up. He decided to go a different route, which is fine. He probably get more playing time and experience right away with them. So I give all respect to any box lacrosse player, and it's that's his decision, right? So got to respect that.
Absolutely. So, what was your biggest takeaway from Battle on the Barge?
We need to shore up some things. Our defense starts with our offense, so I kind of harped on the boys this week to that they need to do a better job of getting the ball back. If they don't hit the net, score, or if they cause if they drop the ball or whatever, miss pass, to get the ball back. Right, their job's not over until they come off the floor. So the full 30 plus a rag, offense has to play longer than the defense. So, um, that's the one thing that I saw is we need to put more pressure on everybody all over the floor.
Yeah, I steal that quote from you all the time. Pressure is everything. It'll turn you into dust or diamonds, and it's yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, pressure will expose the weakness of any design, right? So if you don't pressure, then you're just letting them do whatever they want, which is not my philosophy. My philosophy is if you can't score, you can't win, and so we put the pressure on you, and then you play on your heels, we play on our toes, claim your space, and should work out in the long run.
Absolutely. So you guys brought in some new guys for the year. You've got some young talent coming in, some inexperienced box guys. But what did you think about? Because you got a couple what young kids there. What did you think of their performance in their first box games?
McDonald is going to be a stud. All right. Well, you heard it first. That kid is, he's got everything, all the tools. As long as he, you know, gets better, which will happen, he's got a bright future ahead of him. When you have new players, they don't have too many bad habits, right? If any. So when it comes to box, you got to keep an open mind, and the kid's the real deal. So good things are coming for him as long as he sticks with it, right?
Yeah, 100%. I love watching. I love watching the development. Air Blaine looking good. He's getting healed up. And
Yep.
Suits, I was just clipping through the highlights. Suits has got a diving goal. So nice to see him and getting back into it.
Yeah, super excited about the season. So um, we got a lot of potential, but potential is nothing without results. So we just got to go out, perform, put the best product on the floor, and continue building what we've already built. Right. So our foundation's there, and we just got to build the house. Right.
Absolutely. Yeti Nation, here we come. All right. Thanks so much, Coach Tony.
All right, Beecher, man. Thanks for hitting me up. Anytime, give me a call. Yeti Nation.
Hello, Yeti Nation. What is happening out there?
What's up, Yeti Nation? What up, Beecher?
Oh, living the dream. That was pretty cool. So I had a chance to talk with Coach Tony today. We wrapped that all up, went over Battle on the Barge. We did a quick one, but we didn't really get a proper Yeti talk. And welcome to the Yeti, the Inner Circle. We're going to take a look at what goes on in the ins and the outs. So first, before we get carried away, Battle of the Barge. Paul Necker is the GM. What were your thoughts?
Successful. I mean, as far as all the teams that participated, the Collar City Kings and the Oswego River Hawks, I think everybody got what they wanted out of it. We needed to see where everybody stood. As far as not to say a pecking order, but each team, had decisions to make, and it was successful. The youth got an opportunity to see what the big guys play, how the big guys play. So it's a good thing. It was a
Those
good
kids
thing.
were a blast, and then we got to put them on the jumbotron. How sweet is that Nexus Center? They hook us right up to the jumbotron. They take care of us. I tell you that Utica University Nexus Center. Props to them. They showed up. They got us up there. We got the kids on there. And one of my favorites is as I'm filming the guys going back to the bench. All of a sudden, you'd see them turn once they realized their replays were playing. That was cool. You made a lot of dreams come true there. And the kids, they definitely loved being able to see the replays. The little kids was really cool once they figured it out.
It's definitely a special thing to be able to play at the Utica University Nexus Center. I call it the Igloo. I'll tell you that much. Bring a jacket, people.
It is,
That's
yeah,
one
it's
nice thing.
chilly.
It is definitely. You may even want to stand up and make sure you walk over to the lounge a couple times and grab a nice warm cup of
Well,
coffee.
we'll just
Maybe.
say I don't have to worry about my computer overheating there.
No, there's definitely no issue with needing any fans or anything like
But yeah,
that.
so
That's a good.
the kids was a great showing. What a
Yes.
great bunch of games. I mean, obviously you guys didn't get the outcomes, but at this point in the game, like Tony said when we were talking, this is about sizing your guys up. It's not really about winning and losing. It's about finding, the parts and pieces. And what a great showing. How about that Riverhawks team? And then they beat the Spirits in their first game too. So like that the against the Yeti at the Battle on the Barge didn't count for the regular season, but I am pretty sure that their game
No. Their first game with the Spirits was also
that was also an
a
exhibition.
nominee. Yep, that was an exhibition as well.
Oh my
So
goodness. Wow. That was
yeah,
I tell you,
I
that
mean,
was I wish we need to make sure everybody gets a camera and starts recording these games so we can watch it and we get some highlights. But yeah, I've got that pulled up real quick on there, but then we'll get back to it. But that was impressive that the wow, it's just been amazing lacrosse. But anyways, back to the Battle on the Barge and then we'll get on to everything
yeah,
else.
absolutely. As far as the battle on the barge, it was a very long day. As far as we played Oswego first, and it was a competitive game, back and forth. Throughout most of the whole entire game, they got us by a couple. I think three, 9 to 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it
Not
was
keeping numbers, but as far as great job, their face-off guy did a great job. Shane Cook, I think his name was. Yeah, it
well,
was
he
Shane
ended up
Cook.
being one of the players of the
Yeah,
tournament. He was
yeah,
named to
he
the
was
all.
a huge contributor. Shane definitely controlled the X on both games that the Riverhawks played, and Will Hardy was the other all battle team. So in regards to you know, I can't say enough in regards to the play.
Yeah, no, the
Both
play was
teams,
amazing.
all
Deej,
three teams
so
came out on the field.
Deej ended up getting the goalie of the
He
tournament.
was the all battle goalie.
All right,
He
and he
outlasted the
is,
test, and
and I you can't talk about Deej without mentioning the fact that he's 58, and it's just like, wow, it's so inspiring. I wish I could play like him. I wish I was in that kind of shape. But he makes saves. He is so athletic looking in there. If you didn't know Deej, you wouldn't know how old he was when you're just watching him out there with his helmet on. You see that Michigan
that
helmet, and
that Italian heritage of nice, strong, stout, and everything. It's perfect for him. He fills up the net. You got to get him moving. If you can get him moving, he's beatable. But if you continue to hit the goalie, then you want to know what he makes it look easy. And it wasn't easy because he made some awesome saves all day long. So shout out to Deej on being the all battle goalie, and
and
then
who else did we have for the battle players? So we've already named the two guys from Oswego. We had
we had
Hardy and Cook.
Lucas, Will Hardy, and then we had Lucas Maloney, number 66 for Collar City Kings. He was
Boy, did he have some
highlight,
highlight goals.
highlight after highlight. The kid is a exceptional player. He plays with incredible passion, and love watching him play. It sucks when he's playing against you and he's on, because he the one goal that I've seen I watched it live, but he's on the ground. McDonald actually played incredible defense on it. Just actually took his feet out from underneath him. He played such good defense, and he gives one of these no look things behind the back, and
And then
it
Crosby
bounces
still
around.
almost
It
had
was
it.
questionable. I'm watching the video, and it was definitely on this side of the goal when he landed on it. I'm not gonna, it is what it is.
No,
So
but that's the fun of
great
it. And
player.
how about those poor refs though? So now not only do they
Woo.
have to make these split second decisions, they've got us
Now there's replays.
videotaping
Now
it and
there's
doing the
replays.
replays. But I
Oh
tell you
yeah.
what, have I been surprised with how accurate they are with those crease calls? I thought for
Hey,
sure we were going to catch a couple of them, and wow, I really have not seen one that stood out. It was like, what are you guys doing? They have been on
officials
point
say
with.
that they've done their homework. The officials have done their homework in the off season. They did a great job all day long. As far as they did with 3-man crew, they did it with a 2-man crew, and you know what? They handled it like pros. So
Absolutely.
hats off to the officials.
But back to
Bills
the battle team. You had the
back to the battle
so we
team,
had
and
Lucas
then we got
Maloney.
one more. We got two more. We got Devin Holiday from the Collar City Kings. He
91 for
also
the
made the
Kings. A
yes.
lot of
He
goals, yeah, up
dominated
and
at.
down.
He did a great job up
Ton
and
of
down
loose
the field.
balls.
Lot of loose balls. A lot of face-off draws that he did up and down the field. Scored, I believe, one goal or two goals. Had a couple assists,
He had a
but
couple in your
definitely
game.
that kind of player. Yeah. And then for the Yeti, we had Chris McDonald, number 55 for the Yeti. You know, we was just talking about him, but you know, he had a goal and probably 12, 15 ground balls. I didn't have that stat right in front of me, but he was all over, played everybody's best player, and he's a brand new player. So we're very excited to see what the future brings for Chris
I
because
loved watching
he's
him
got some
score.
game.
Yeah, because when he came
Oh,
around,
it
you
was
could just see
a
how pumped up he was, his whole
oh
body.
yeah,
He's like that little kid
yeah,
excited that
oh
we all
yeah.
search for all the time, just like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
And
awesome.
then we also had the Nora's candy shop sweetest goal of the game. And there was several of them in regards to the sweetest goal. But in the long run, inevitably getting the goalie to move his feet is what took it. Neil Paulus was the winner of the sweetest goal of the game from it was the Yeti and the
Collar
Collar City
City.
Kings.
Yeah,
And
right off the face
you know,
off.
he threw in 4 or 5 head fakes, and he finally got Deej to bite, and then he slammed it home. So
Yeah,
it was a turkey turkey joint jar for Neil Paulus, and he was excited. He said they was delicious, so I was
awesome.
excited about that. It
And
was a great day.
yeah, that we got to show that on the highlight reel from Coach Tony. So I put all the goals out there on that, and then I'm gonna release some more, Yeti stuff. But I wanted to wait till we got it out here first, and then everything will be coming out here in the next couple days. And then this Friday we have another game. But before, again, we always get way ahead of ourselves, and that's why we jump around in circles. So the
We're
Battle on
all
the
over.
Bar, huge success. Going forward, if you could change one thing that you did that you might want to tweak a little bit next year, what do you think?
More maybe more teams. You know, I would love it to obviously get. I want more people to come, and not just not NABLL teams, but the youth. You know that's the youth and the women. I want to see the growth. And all of us coaches are saying the same thing because you want to know what? Once you get into it, I coached field lacrosse for 37 years. It got a little stagnant, boring, and falling out of it. Getting involved with box lacrosse has been invigorating. It's a great sport. Just the whole camaraderie, the history, everything. It's pretty darn cool, and I'm proud to be a part of that and helping it grow. So, what would I like to see? I would like to see more. I'd like to see more people playing,
Yeah, no,
more
more
people getting involved.
more
You know,
teams, 100%. Other than that, I think everything went pretty smooth. It went
went
really well.
smooth.
The refs went good. The streaming went good. I mean, really, the only hiccup we had was we weren't on the big board for the first half.
We didn't have the music for the first part of the first game, and you want to what? It's called glitches. We're learning. It's a new arena. It's new to us. The new buttons and everything else. So
Speaking
it's
of
been
speaking of new, you
pretty
guys
cool.
kind of shared some roster spots up here, and let's talk a little bit about that. So part of Battle on the
Sure.
Barge is it's preseason. You guys are going there to see how players work together to kind of work on team chemistry. It's not so much about trying to win the game. So what did you guys think about? I mean, you got to be happy with the play from your young players, especially McDonald. Your guys that you needed to step up and score goals, they had their moments. Obviously, you struggled in a few quarters, but really, you guys got a lot of good play from all over the place. How did you feel about the roster?
Roster wise, we're very excited as far as how our new guys that are new to the formula this year. They've taken the step and played very well. Did everything we asked them to do in regards to building it as we go. I know Coach had talked about you got to make tweaks. That's yeah, we have a 30-man roster. Most of the teams that I've looked through, everybody's running a 30-man roster. The hard thing about a 30-man roster is you got to scratch 8 guys. whether they're healthy, whether they're injured, whether they're not able to get there for whatever reason. We have to get those rosters put in and submitted by rules. So our 30-man roster is made. It took us a little while. We was waiting for some things to happen. Some people got back into the States and good things have happened. And we're excited to explore the NABLL 2023 Upstate edition. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait. And I've seen a couple names on the roster that we haven't seen at games yet. When can we expect Gail Thorpe to be suiting up?
As far as from what from what I'm told by these guys, what sold me is they're all in. So, in regards to in regards to all in, they said they're going to be here. They're traveling up tomorrow. We got practice tomorrow night. They're traveling up to get to practice and get filled in on what they need to catch up on, and let's explore this playoffs start Friday night. Believe it or not, as far as we've talked about it, it's a playoff from the first game to the end of the season.
Well, so
It's a short season.
yeah, I was gonna say it's a very short season, and this game is huge because you guys are playing the Eels. The Eels beat you guys the first year you were a team in the playoff championship to make it to nationals. Last year you were able to beat them uh, with some fireworks at the end of the game. I mean, this is a huge game to start the year. Is that by design that you line them up first to, hey guys, let's set the tone. We had the battle on the barge. We got our feet under us. Now it's game time. Let's go.
Not to say you know what. I know myself and Croy talked a couple 2 years ago, and we both said, "You want to know what? It's a great rivalry. It's 45 minutes, an hour down the road, down the throughway. It's a great rivalry. The heat of the battle. I mean, what can't you ask for more than what has transpired? Uh, let the games begin. I'm excited. We're fired up. I've done my job. Hopefully, I've done it better than they've done their job. I know our coaches have been working hard. I know our players have been practicing hard. I know the new guys have that are coming on board, that are on board. Uh, they're as fired up as the guys that as fired up as I am as far as that goes. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
Very excited. Now you talked about it a little bit there, but with the 30-man roster, a problem with it is you have to cut not cut guys, but
Not
game
cut.
game
We got to
days.
sit.
Right. So
Yeah,
game
you can
days
only
you
have 20 runners and 2 goalies is all you can dress for game day.
so how is that decision made? I mean, is that something that just Tony's in charge of? Is that something you and Tony kind of talk about with Johnny or
As far as that's a great thing about getting to know these guys over the past couple of years. We're definitely working together on it. That's that's my job to get the players here. That's their job to coach the guys, and it's our job to put the best product on the field to do what we're expecting us to do, and that's win.
yeah, absolutely. I know you guys have big expectations, and it obviously starts this week with the Eels. And it, what were you surprised by how good that Oswego team was?
Surprised? No. Honestly, I wasn't surprised in regards to Webby and Doc have been around forever. The help of a college being in the town, the help of a youth high school being in the town, and the help with some great sponsors up there. They're in a heartbeat. You're a stone's throw away from Syracuse. You're a stone's throw away from the North Country. You know, uh, they sit in a nice location. They got a Chrysofelli. Is that how you say it? Chrysofelli rink.
Christopher Field, yeah.
Well, I love the old school, the old barn style. Is why don't let's sweat it out. You better hope the boys weren't drinking the night before when you go there to play. That's for sure, because
I actually
they'll definitely.
I just talked to Webby about it today, and I think we should We'll film it. I won't bring the stream equipment in there. I get a little nervous running the that stuff. I don't want to, overpower it. But I'm looking through the transaction logs here, and you guys have definitely made some moves. It'll be very interesting to see who makes this. I mean, I see Leota is on that transaction log, and the last thing I know, I saw him climbing up a power line. So I don't. We're not expecting to see.
He's that son of a gun. He's got wings. Can you imagine that?
I've
He
seen him
found some
fly up and down
wings.
the floor, so I'm not too surprised to see him way up the
Yeah,
power line.
he's a kid that he's paid his dues, and you want to know what? He's a great kid that is going to come up. He's flying in to make all of his games that he's got to get in, and some. So props to the young man that is trying to start a career in. He already got a CDL. He's got a bunch of things going on that he's already done down there at that schooling. So, mad props to him at 20 years old, jumping on the life wagon and getting it done. So, yeah, no, he's on the roster. So, Al Snow's back on the roster. We was a little worried that
I was gonna say I thought I saw the snowman on there, and I've watched him, and
he
he's
snuck.
looking like
He
he's
snuck. We had Santa Claus. On that's with the abominable snowman there with Crosscheck or whatever his name is there. Uh, as far as Frosty. Frosty got the snowman down to Utica again. So we're very excited that Big Al's going to be running with us again. That's huge. As far as Ryan Wheeler, another entrant, but he was out of the country for a couple of weeks. He's back in town, so we're excited to get him running with us at practice again. And he's run with us a couple times already, and he's excited to be running with legends and some up and coming lacrosse players. Gail Thorpe just so happens to be good friends with our our starting goalie. So it doesn't hurt when you can do some commuting. That is a very nice feature. And we had the opportunity with Jeff Geddes. He ran with us down at the Stick Makers tournament. And, he's had a rough couple months. So letting him get ready physically, mentally to be part of what he wants to be a part of. And excited to see what Jeff's going to be bringing out the front door, the back door, whichever over the boards. I'm sure he's biting to get back on the floor for this one.
Chomping at the bit.
And those are just the newer guys. There's so many I can go right down through.
Chris Ryan, it was nice to see, Chris Ryan get on the board there. And my favorite was just when I got to see Davis with that behind the back, and as soon as it went in, I was so stoked because he's one of those guys. He's always there. He what a teammate, been around forever. Always says hi to you, make sure, and with B Dry, we got to make sure. I should have cut his behind the back goal and put the B Dry with the Yeti over the top of it is what I actually should have done. Next time maybe I'll see what I can come up with.
As far as a great kid, great family, great business. If you got a wet basement, get a hold of B Dry System because I'm living as a testament. It works.
On that note, we are going to take a quick commercial break to listen to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hello, Yeti Nation. 2023 is here. Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Fay Farms. Where's the beef at? Contact Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products, who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house, contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The B-Dry System. Your basement's wet? Get a hold of B-Dry. Believe in 271. Nobody fights alone. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, your local representative. George Kaler, Sales and Service. Liberty Affordable Housing. Rome Sign and Display Company. Nice Scoba. The men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse. 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito Hyundai. Contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company. Contact the Caledona family. Hello, Yeti Nation. 2023
Welcome
is here.
back, and
Get down to the bag.
Oh, the sponsor looped. I forgot I looped it from the intermission at the last game. Welcome back, and thank you. Check out the sponsors. Without the local sponsors, we would not be here. Master Vito has got a sweet new logo that will be updated very soon and put on that commercial. But wow, are those guys? That's impressive that they got a nice lacrosse stick graphic up there. You know what? I'm probably gonna pull it up while we're talking here. I probably
Yeah, you want to let's show the world. This is a world debut right here, right now.
Well, it will be in a
World
second. You got to
debut.
give me a minute to download it real quick.
Like, you want a drum roll?
No, it'll take me more than that. I'm not quite as fast. If I had Jared or Charity here typing, I could have it done in like half a second, but
Yeah,
they're a
you
little
don't
bit
want me.
smarter than me.
Hey, you want to know what? I want to say thank you very much, Master Vito Hyundai. As far as they've stepped up, all of our sponsors have stepped up. It's been incredible. As far as it was the Master Vito Hyundai all battle team, by the way. That's the one thing I didn't say enough is they were the sponsor of the all battle team. So it's exciting to it's growing, man. I can't say enough to everybody. The biggest thing is get down to the games, watch the games. Definitely watch it if you can't get to the games, but to get down to the games and watch them live, there's going to be plenty of giveaways during halftime. It's going to be a Yeti spectacular. There it is right there. Here it is, people.
There
Drum
it
roll.
is. But yeah, that is so cool that
Oh,
so Master Vito sponsored the battle team. I love how awesome they've been telling you, hey, don't worry, next year we're gonna be one of the big sponsors too.
oh, okay, yeah, they're going to be one of the sponsors. Don't go.
I'm not going crazy. I'm just saying, like, I love the enthusiasm that they have.
Frank and Colleen are incredible. As far as what I loved is when I went down there, a plug for them was just well, my wife and daughter bought a car there last year, so that was pretty cool. But he didn't even know that when I got a sponsorship through him. But anyhow, going down there, how friendly and it was family atmosphere. Seriously, as far as I've gone to all I've been buying cars forever, but they're all suit and tie and everything. You want to know what? These guys are running around in polos with shorts on. You want to know what? Let's make a deal. I love it. Talk to the Master Vito Hyundai salesman. They're good people, very good people.
Love it.
Yeah, I
Well,
love the logo and very excited.
yeah,
Those logos will be on our helmet this year. So this, like I said, is a world debut. Nobody else has seen it other than you, me, and now the world. So there it
thank you.
is.
Yes, thank you very much, Master Vito. And now that
Absolutely.
we've kind of talked about Master Vito a little bit, let's talk about some NABLL news. I don't know if
Let's
you've
do
been
it.
keeping track of any of the other teams, but wow, has there been some action there. So the
I
Oaks,
seen the Hooligans lost.
yeah,
Hooligans lost.
the Oaks, they came out and they played they played Nate the Spirit in their very first game, and
Yep.
the Oaks won it in overtime there. Then the Oaks traveled up to Thousand Islands, and it was a much different outcome. The Spirit managed to score 28 goals. The Oaks had 16. There was a few tussles. I tell you, I've seen a couple highlights from that game. I bet you that was one of those games. It would have been like that Onondaga Tuscarora game, like our second stream on Lacrosse TV. That was just like, okay, we've got everybody who watched that game is now a lifelong fan. They just saw how crazy this sport gets.
It's allowing the game to be played. That's what I'm loving about the sport. They haven't overtaken the game. To let the guys play. There was some bumping and grinding going on, and you know what? It was settled, and game went on.
Yeah.
It,
It looks like the
it,
Reapers are.
that's what I love about it. You're still allowed to get physical, bump hips. That's great about box lacrosse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's a very and I love how the refs this year they focused on like the off-ball stuff to kind of keep a lot of that out. They're trying to get everybody playing, but like you said, they have little scrums or whatever that's under control. The refs have done a great job taking care of it. So I just saw
absolutely.
they have actually I'm gonna tell everybody. I don't even know if we're supposed to, but they do on their YouTube channel. Since I'm a manager on it, I get to see it. But they have all their refs are getting videos from the NLL officials and stuff that they get to
Yes.
watch, and it is such a cool, like the
Yeah.
what Dave Mather has done with those guys, and the amount of work he must have put in to set up all these partnerships and deals. Huge shout out to Dave. He's an NABL board member, but he's the goalie for the Kings, the Seattle Kings. Of course, we've got two
It's
Kings, so he
Fantastic Seven, the Fantastic Seven, right? I honestly, I met these people last year at the championships, and you know what? They're doing a great job. They're doing it for the right reasons, and that's why we're a part of it. We're enjoying it. They're supporting everything that me and you believe in, and you know what? Good things can come to those who work hard.
they're making it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, they're making it happen.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a big weekend really kicking off here Thursday. It looks like we've got the Golden Bears are playing the Wild. I definitely want to see how that one is. But then Friday, the same night that you're playing, the Hawks and the Spirits are playing, and then you guys are playing, and then the rest of the games are on Saturday. It's unfortunate because I'd love to be able to watch that game. There's no way. I don't think we're gonna. Maybe Webby will surprise us and get a video. I told him if he can get it recorded, I'll run it through the streamer for him because I really want to see that Oswego team. I'm a huge fan of them, and I just love the fact of watching them grow and watching them become like box players. That to me is just so cool. It's like watching Blaine and Suits as they develop as box lacrosse players doing things, and it's just I don't know. It's my favorite part of it is watching the guys grow.
I love it. And that's what's cool about everything. Driving the car. As Rachel was saying.
Building the
Flying the
plane, yeah,
plane and
flying the
building
plane
it.
as we're building it.
It's surreal for I was watching last night's episode with Tony. Who was the other guy down in Dallas?
So Tony and Nathan were in Dallas, and Joe
Yeah,
was in Massachusetts.
in Mass. Listening to those guys. This is it's grown, and that's from north east all over the country, all over the world. It's a great sport, and the more people know about it, the better it's going to get. Great
Absolutely.
league, great league. I'm enjoying the league. The website that they got going on, all the information that is at people's hands. If people want to go on and ask a question on the board there,
Yeah, they've
you can
got
go ask
forums set
questions
up.
and people will answer them. Stats. They got the stats up. That's the biggest thing
I
right there.
I
Is
love this. So we've got the league leaders, and as soon as you update it, you could see the first couple games that the battle on the barge was like a huge run. You had some
yep,
guys getting a lot of like guys up on the points boards, but then you see Alex Cook went off, but that Jake Rice had like what was he? He had 17 goals or something in one game. It was like insane. I forgot. Can you? I don't think they have the individual player stats unless you go through the team, maybe.
yeah.
But
I think you got to go into the team
yeah,
spot, but yeah,
well, but
hey, and
it's
that's
just
he played with. We watched him play up in Rochester. Heck of a Nate's got a heck of a team. That's for sure.
oh yeah,
There's no question.
yeah,
They can score goals. They can score goals, but they're getting a lot of goals scored on them too. So
yeah.
it's
That's
it's
that's
a
the game. So Maloney,
that's
he had the 7 goals at the Battle of the Barge. We got to witness those, firsthand. But there's that Jake Rice. So that was that 17 goals, and I think he only played. No, he must have played in both games. Unless he had 17 out of the 28, and then the rest of the team scored
no. I
11.
think he had 8 the first game. I
Oh,
think he
gotcha.
said
I
they
thought for
had
some
8
reason.
the first game, and then they played this Oswego, and then they played him again. So he's probably got 3 games on his stats there.
Tommy
I'm
Costanza, he is one of those guys. He quietly always like falls under my radar. He scores a ton of goals, but he's not like a flashy player. And then I always read the name. So when I'm looking at the goals and I see he had 6 goals so far, was he playing a battle on the barge?
Stanza was, yeah,
Yeah, he
I
was,
think so.
wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
he always quietly on that team just scores. I've got to beat him one of these days. He's awesome player. And so how many? If you're just looking at this, you had the PBLA guys. So you got Maloney. I don't know if that Jake Rice played there or not, but I don't know where he played. Do you know where he's from?
Justin McKinney, uh, Are you looking for guys that were on the?
I was just wondering PBLA because we've picked up a lot of PBLA fans that now have
Yeah,
realized that the NABLL is a great spot to watch box lacrosse as well as the Can-Am. So we've picked up quite a few. So you see, Chris Brim was part of the Spark team. Uh, he was one of the coaches and 6 assists. Plus, he plays goalie sometimes.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there Justin McKinney. Justin played an outstanding. He had a great battle on the barge as well.
he
You
did.
know,
I see
you know,
Kiefer's on the assist leaderboard right now. Good for Kiefer.
yeah,
Larock, wasn't there like 7 Larocks on that Grand Rapids team? Wasn't it like when you go to call if I'm calling Tonawanda, it's Abrams from Abrams to Abrams, saved by Abrams.
right. Yeah, there was 2 or 3 of them
Yeah,
anyhow.
I think Grand Rapids was one of those teams you could be like, Larock to Larock to Larock and a save by Larock. But and
That-
actually, Deej, you seen him with his 65 saves. He was leaderboard until the Spirits played their second game against the Oaks. But you had Dryden Jackson. That is, yeah, 68 shots, 68 saves in 2 games. That's it's a lot of. And I think he only.
Those are, I'm going to give them average. We had a game where we had 60 shots on goal
But no,
last year.
I
So,
I think that was only the. I think he only played in the second game. I don't think he played in the
okay.
first game. So that's what I
So
was like. And
he's seen a lot of rubber then.
he saw a lot of rubber up there. So it's 68 saves and 28 goals. That was, if that's my understanding of it. But you still see Kraz and Sully with the save percentage. But Deej
They're,
is, man, Deej is, it's so impressive to watch him play. And Sully was mad. He said he didn't play great. He ended up getting pulled, but it wasn't, I don't know. I don't think Sully played bad. I think he kind of gives himself a hard time over it, but it's one of those things. Sully, you've only been playing for,
yeah,
goalie
and
for a
that's
couple
the biggest
years.
thing. This is his 3rd year going into box lacrosse. He's seen a lot of rubber in the 3 years, but it's still a learning game. The little tricks. How to bait somebody, or there's so many things as a goalie to learn. And as far as he played hockey, he played lacrosse, and now he's a box lacrosse player. And I love the passion that he brings. There's no doubt the passion that he brings into that locker room and onto that bench is immense.
Yeah,
Immense. Last year in the championship game, boom.
yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
Sully
Boom.
stepped up huge, and then Jack Beck, he played for Oswego, and he made a bunch of saves. I tell you,
He had a very good tournament too.
it
I
was
thought
it was a three
he
goal
definitely.
game, and very easily he made 3 saves that could have could have been goals. He was very impressive. I don't know. I think there's a lot of parity in this league. I can't wait. I think the first couple games were eye opening for a couple of the teams as far as they thought maybe they were a little bit bigger than they were, and it's been kind of a okay. Wait, everybody in this league can play, and I'm so excited. I think I can't wait to see what the Eels bring. I'll be interested to see. So Dempsey, I think, is playing, but he's also playing for Armory, so I don't know who else they have.
No, they got PJ. What's PJ's? He played for the Dodgers, Brooklyn team. He lives up in Binghamton now. PJ, I forget. Sorry, PJ. I don't mean to
Well, I got
forget your
their
last name.
roster up right now. We'll see
Oh,
it.
there you go.
So there's Dempsey.
Right there. JP, not PJ. JP.
I love that. It's like,
I took my glasses off.
but
And that's my bad. I apologize. No disrespect.
yeah, you got
Yeah, no, they got as
they
far
got
as
Irizarry, so they got Troy Polamalu
Zuri's
back.
back, Timmy Middle is back, but he's also playing with the Red Hawks. So,
Same
but
with
again, if
same
you
with
look,
that.
they got a 30-man roster. So, like I said, everybody is loaded for bear in regards to the seasons. They overlap each other between the Can-Ams and the NABLL, but players want to play as well. So
I'm wondering
I
where.
don't know what the rule. I don't know if there's a rule for Can-Ams. I don't believe there is anymore for them being able to play in other leagues, but we don't have a rule of them playing in other leagues.
No,
So
there's you've got plenty of
unless you're an NLL player, if you're an NLL player, then
3.
you can only have 3
Yeah,
pro players on your team.
but no, when you look through this team, they've got a few Red Hawks players on it that I
Yeah,
recognize. So yeah, no,
yeah.
that's one of those things that when you have a lot of guys like that, if you have a conflict in a schedule, it makes it tough because then all of a sudden you're missing a bunch of guys like that. Brody LeBorn, great transition player. He'll be Irizarry Palomalo. We've seen him tear it up. He's fast. He's got pretty good hands. It's
Yep.
yeah, they've got a good team. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to be a good game.
We're very excited. As far as it's a kickoff to the regular season. Uh, National anthem singer Hayden McDonald will be singing. Very excited to have him singing with us. Local kid, plays lacrosse and great kid, does great things. So we're very excited. It's going to be an eventful night at the Nexus Center, Utica University Nexus Center.
So
The Igloo.
what time's everything getting kicked off? Let's give everybody a rundown of this week. We're getting
Little
ready to
shout out, as far as not to say party in the parking lot, but we have people that like to gather. Hopefully, Mother Nature is nice, and
tailgate.
we'll say tailgate. They cook up some food and do it up right. The youth will be facing off at 5:45. From 5:45 to 6:30. Our VVS program and the Rome Chittenango Tri-City group will be playing a nice home and home, or not a home and home, but a nice scrimmage. As
I knew
far
what
as
you meant.
a friendly, we're
It's
gonna
like a
call it.
friendly, yeah, kind of like you did at the Battle on the Barge, where they play, they
Exactly.
take a little
Very
break, play
similar
again.
to the Battle on the Barge. Get these kids amped up, and then the Yeti will take the field at 6:30, as will the Eels.
Well, it's
And
such a big night for the Upstate. If you as you're looking at that schedule, you've got 4 teams in the Upstate, NABL, and
yep,
they're all playing. So really
yep,
quick, we're gonna see which teams are coming out on fire, which teams are setting the bar. It's a very shortened season, so you've got 2.5 months now, really, as opposed to the 3-4 months that you had before. Which actually, though, so a lot of people criticize the Yeti for being an older team that almost helps you guys. It doesn't wear on you as much with a shorter season, but you
it's
guys did get a little
yep,
younger.
that with a little bit of youth and a full 30 roster. If somebody's banged up, there's no sense rushing something that shouldn't be rushed. Get healthy. That's why we got a 30-man roster. As far as we don't want anybody banged up, but it's part of the game.
Right. So we
As
can
far
expect
as
guys kind of rotating in and out. You'll be trying to give guys some like healthy scratches. You've got a bunch of lefties. It's got to be a tough decision. I don't envy yours and Tony's job, uh, because especially in that, because you never know. It's like, oh man, they've got a hot stick. Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's so much to
there's
it. I don't envy it at all. But
well, and that's the not to say fun, as far as as Tony being a coach. I'm also a coach. Not in box, but that's something I love to do. This part of the general man, that's part of the business, and it's the fun part. This is what we thrive on, and not thrive on it, but this is our game. They're playing on the floor. This is our game on the floor, but not on the floor.
I
So.
prefer the 2020 hindsight, just being able to criticize. So whatever decision you make, I'll just be like, that was the wrong one. I obviously wouldn't have chose to do that. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Just so we're all
Well,
on the same page after the game when I criticize whatever you do. I can be like, I told you this was gonna.
it, it's come down to this. You know what? Let's lace them up and go play ball.
Absolutely.
We're excited.
Seasons.
The regular season is upon us. We've practiced. We shortened our practice season this year a little bit by about 3-4 weeks. So we didn't have that extra conditioning. We asked the guys to do their job, and they did their job. And now we come in with a new focus of 2023, and the past is over, and let's go make some future.
Absolutely. And on that note, we've hit our 50-minute mark. Let's wrap it up because we
Bang.
have a ton of stuff getting ready to come. So next week we will have another Yeti Inner Circle. We'll hopefully have a little locker room footage. We're gonna Oh, yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be an epic. I don't know if people have if anybody actually watches this show that somehow has never seen the Yeti play, get yourself to a box lacrosse game. I promise it will be electric. These teams, this is every team in this league has that rivalry right now. That whole upstate division, everybody wants to be the top dog. Everybody thinks they've got the best players. Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I can't wait.
It's definitely going to be exciting. It's going to be eventful. Get there, stop down to Bag Square, stop over to Black River Ale House, stop at the Utica Lounge, have a bite to eat, enjoy a great game. The giveaways, I got so many things that we're going to be throwing into the crowds tomorrow, and I can't wait to surprise some kids at the end of their game because the Magic Yeti came through again. So
We gonna
there's going to be
see.
some
Is
excitement.
Can we expect Crosscheck to be making an appearance?
Crosscheck is got his new threads. 2023 came in, so he is a solid, ready to go. He's fired up and he's excited to start throwing some swag out into the crowd. Beecher, the only thing we got to do is I was whacking this thing so hard, I was excited.
What happened?
I blew the string off my whacker.
Did it
I,
come
I, I
untied or
overwhacked.
did it break?
I overwhacked it.
You overwhacked it. Did it come untied? They're hemp string. That's the
No. Yeah, well, this one it couldn't. I was walking through the parking lot, just giving it to motherfucking after the games, and all of a sudden, snap! I was like, sugar.
we gave those to Bella and we're like, just beat the shit out of them and see if you could break the strings, and she didn't. So we
Yeah,
thought for sure they would hold up.
I had Yeti strength after the battle on the barge.
Must
I was
cross-check strength, a little left over. That's what happened. Is you found that wooden stick that somebody decided to leave. Did you?
no, I found the owner. I
If,
found the owner.
I was gonna say, if you
and,
didn't find the owner, I can definitely,
no.
hold on to it for whoever needs it.
Yeah, well, actually, it's right above me here, someplace. There it is, up there somewhere. There it is, right above me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a great game. Get down to the Nexus Center and enjoy the festivities all afternoon, all evening, and cheer us on. You know, the place is going to be rocking. It's a new arena with a lot of great amenities.
Yes, having the bar there, right there. We'll have Bouncing Bella Beecher is going to be running the craft stand because Charity can't make it to this one, so she's excited. I don't think there'll be any pressing on the side. We'll have to just press a bunch of shirts. Maybe, I don't know. She learned a lot last week. It's been an experience.
They did awesome as far as that goes. The people have been saying they love the shirts.
Awesome.
I've seen a little baby had a onesie made up and everything. I was like, that's awesome.
Absolutely love it.
It's awesome.
All right, thanks,
Get
Paul.
there, people. A lot of things. Get there. Have a great night. Beecher, thank you for everything that you do. Blue Squatch.
Utica
Yeti.
And the Yeti.
We're out.
Coming live Friday.
Hello, Yeti Nation. 2023 is here. Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. They farm.